A comeback can be defined in many ways in the music industry. It describes an artist's return to glory after a long hiatus, after personal issues, or after releasing a string of albums that flopped. In this video, we look at 8 of the biggest comebacks in pop music. Britney Spears. Britney is a pop sensation who had dominated the charts in the late 90s and early 2000s. She was on top of the world, but in the mid-2000s, she went through a difficult period of public scrutiny and personal struggles. She had a highly publicized breakdown after the release of her album Blackout, which resulted in her being placed in a conservatorship under her estranged father. In December 2008, in the midst of all that, Britney released her 6th studio album, Circus. This marked the beginning of her comeback journey. Circus showcased a more mature and resilient Britney, and the title track became an anthem for her return to the music scene. The album was very successful, debuting on number 1 on the Billboard 200, selling 290,000 copies in its first week. During this period, fans got an intimate look into Britney's life through the documentary Britney for the Record, where she opened up about her struggles and her commitment to making a comeback. It signaled a return to form for Britney, both artistically and personally, and the public began to see a more positive narrative surrounding her. Her comeback is more than a musical revival. It's a story of resilience, strength, and the enduring spirit of the pop icon. Circus not only reclaimed her place in the music industry, but also set the stage for her continued impact on pop music. Justin Bieber. Once a teenage sensation, he faced a turbulent time after the release of his Believe album. As we know, fame comes with its own set of challenges. In the first half of the 2010s, Justin faced a lot of legal troubles, from a DUI arrest in Miami to an alleged egg-throwing incident at his neighbor's house. The media spotlight on Justin intensified, and the public perception started to shift. He needed a redemption arc. In November 2015, he dropped Purpose, his 4th studio album. This marked a significant departure from his previous bubblegum pop sound. Purpose became a defining moment in his career. The album is full of hit singles that dominated the charts. What Do You Mean, Sorry, and Love Yourself not only became number 1 hits, but also showcased the more vulnerable and authentic side of Justin. The Purpose era was a game changer for Justin Bieber. The album debuted at number 1, selling 649,000 album equivalent units in its first week. It topped the charts worldwide, and the singles dominated the radio airwaves. More importantly, it marked Justin's evolution as an artist, addressing personal struggles and redemption in the public eye. Purpose marked a turning point in his career. Mariah Carey. Mariah, the powerhouse vocalist, had been a chart-topping sensation since 1990. However, the early 2000s brought her challenges, both personally and professionally. The glitter era was a total flop. Despite her undeniable talent, her career had hit a rough patch. In 2005, Mariah staged one of the most iconic comebacks in music history, with the release of her 10th studio album, The Emancipation of Mimi. This was more than just an album, it was a musical rebirth. It debuted on number 1 on the Billboard 200, selling 404,000 copies in its first week. The singles from the album dominated the charts. We Belong Together and Shake It Off weren't just number 1 hits, they were anthems. Her impeccable vocals, combined with catchy melodies, catapulted the songs to the top of the charts. We Belong Together spent 14 weeks on number 1 and was named the biggest song of the 2000s. The Emancipation of Mimi was a game changer. It became Mariah's best-selling album in years. The album's success not only revitalized Mariah's commercial standing, but also reaffirmed her status as one of the greatest vocalists in music history. Madonna. The Queen of Pop had been a dominating force in the music industry for years. She started her career in the early 1980s, releasing chart topper after chart topper. She was known for reinventing herself every few years, and by the early 1990s, she tried her hand at a more slow R&B sound, with songs like Take a Bow. That was not the sound her fans known her for, so it was time for another change-up. In 1998, she released Ray of Light, her 7th studio album. It was a departure from her previous work, embracing electronic and techno influences. The album marked another sonic evolution for the Queen of Pop. Madonna's comeback was nothing short of phenomenal. Ray of Light received critical acclaim and commercial success, topping charts worldwide, and managed to sell 3 million copies worldwide in just 5 days. The album solidified Madonna's status as a musical chameleon. Her comeback not only redefined her sound, but also set the stage for a new era in her career. It showed her artistic reinvention and ability to stay ahead of musical trends. Madonna also made another comeback in 2005 with her Confession on the Dance Floor era. Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake, the artist who brought us sexy back and dominated the charts in the late 90s with NSYNC and early 2000s with his solo work, took a hiatus from music to explore acting and other ventures. But in 2013, he released the 2020 Experience, his third studio album, and his first in nearly 7 years. This marked a significant moment in his career, signaling his return to the music scene. The album brought us his new grown suit and tie era. It included hit singles like Suit and Tie featuring Jay-Z and Mirrors. The singles not only showcased Justin's signature smooth vocals, but also signaled a new era in his music evolution. These songs became classics. Justin didn't just give us music, he delivered a visual spectacle as well, as the music videos have a specific style and a vintage aesthetic. The album also sold really well, peaking at number 1, selling 968,000 copies in its first week. It was named the biggest album of 2013, now certified 2 times platinum by the RIAA. He also received the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award at the VMAs in that year, solidifying his status as a pop icon. Let's not forget his iconic performance at the award show. Justin took the stage for a memorable reunion with NSYNC and went through hit after hit from his catalog, bringing fans on a journey. Lady Gaga. Gaga had been on a creative journey that took her from the fame to A Star Is Born, but in 2020, she returned with a bang, dropping Chromatica, her 6th studio album. It was a return to her dance pop roots, featuring a star-studded lineup of collaborations and infectious beats. It was a journey to her futuristic universe. It spawned hit singles like Stupid Love and Rain On Me featuring Ariana Grande, which became anthems for the summer of 2020. Rain On Me peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Gaga didn't just bring us music, she delivered a visual spectacle. The aesthetics of Chromatica were vibrant, futuristic, and undeniably Gaga. The music videos, the fashion, and the overall visual experience were amazing. Her comeback was more than just a musical return. It was a cultural event. The album received critical acclaim, and Gaga's influence extended beyond music. In a year filled with challenges, Gaga brought us joy, inspiration, and a reminder of the power of pop music. Cher. Cher, the timeless diva, had been a pop culture icon for decades. She started releasing music in the mid-1960s and reached a new level of popularity with her 19th studio album Heart of Stone in 1989. That album peaked at number 10 on the Billboard 200. Then, her next 2 albums didn't perform as expected. It was in the late 90s that she made an unexpected return to the forefront of the music scene. After a hiatus, Cher made a splash with her 22nd studio album Believe. It was a commercial success, being certified 4 times platinum by the RIAA. It marked a departure from Cher's earlier sound. It embraced a contemporary dance pop style, showcasing her versatility and her ability to adapt to evolving music trends. The lead single from the album Believe was a huge hit. It spent 4 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song also introduced the vocal effect known as autotune. It became iconic and set a new standard in pop music. Everyone in music should thank her for that. The song's success was a testament to her enduring star power and her ability to reinvent herself. Kesha. Kesha, the pop sensation who brought us hits like TikTok and Die Young, faced a challenging period in the early 2010s. In 2014, she found herself entangled in a legal battle that would become one of the most talked about controversies in the music industry. She filed a lawsuit against Dr. Luke, alleging sexual assault, emotional abuse, and the violation of California's business practices. There were a lot of setbacks in the legal battle that took a toll on Kesha's career. She gained a lot of support from fans and other artists, and she emerged stronger than ever. In August 2017, she released Rainbow, her 3rd studio album, and a symbol of her rebirth. This album marked a departure from her earlier sound, exploring a more rock and country-infused style. Songs like Praying and Woman became anthems of strength and empowerment. Kesha's comeback was about reclaiming her narrative. The album reflected on her emotional journey. One of the standout moments from her comeback was her emotional performance at the 2018 Grammy Awards. Accompanied by powerful voices like Cyndi Lauper and Camila Cabello, Kesha delivered a moving performance of Praying, making a symbolic moment in her journey. It is one of the most talked about moments in Grammy history. What other comebacks did I miss? Tell me in the comments below.